at the canyon edge at 6 a.m. today.
The wind was doing something and the sun was on its way.
Several sensible people said, come back from there, it's risky.
I said the coffee's getting cold. I said the morning's frisky.
And a man who only drinks his coffee in the safe approved location
is a man who's missed the point of the entire beverage situation.
The point of coffee is the waking,
and the waking is the view.
and the view from here is everything. So
Breakfast here will do. I've been having breakfast at the edge for quite some time.
the edge of what they call acceptable,
The edge of the design that other people drew for me.
and handed me a 20.
Said stay inside the lines, dear.
And I said that's not plenty.
Not for me, I need the win.
I need the vertigo.
I'm making something real.
Instead of staying in the slow
Lane of the approved.
I'll eat my eggs beside the drop,
The edge is where the view is.
and I'm not gonna stop.
Breakfast at the edge.
Where the vertigo's the season,
Breakfast at the edge. And the view is the reason. Breakfast at the edge.
the coffee tastes like altitude.
Breakfast at the edge.
The eggs have got a different mood,
When the drop's right there beside you.
and the wind is in your hair.
Breakfast at the edge.
And we'll meet you over there.
Careful.
Life gets very thin when you're exclusively the tearful.
Kinda cautious, try the canyon, try the view before the safety.
Breakfast at the edge, and the edge will make you greatly. Someone asked me once how I write the kind of verses.
Polish writers don't, I said the edge removes the curses
of the self-conscious.
At the edge you're too alive to second guess.
Breakfast at the edge, and the edge gives back the best. So bring your coffee,
Bring
your new notebook, and your particular nerve,
and your appetite for something
on the extraordinary kind.
Breakfast at the edge,
And the edge is where we serve.
breakfast at the edge. The coffee tastes like altitude. Breakfast at the edge.
The eggs have got a different mood,
When the drop's right there beside you.
and the wind is in your hair.
Breakfast at the edge.
And we live our lives out there. I'm the crow on the telephone wire. Been there since the dawn, before the blackbird and before the morning carried on.
Into afternoon, the crows, the practical arrangement. Built for purpose, built for weather, built for every estrangement.
For the climate and the season, built for what actually comes.
When the pretty songs are over,
And the quiet autumn numbs.
the wishful, I'm the crow.
And I'm still on the wire,
While the beautiful birds fly lower and tired.
and I'm the blackbird,
Heard that melody before.
the crow reducing everything to practical folklore.
Survival,
And the survival song is real, I grant you
you that. that the crow's been looking at.
And wondering the blackbird brings the beauty without apology.
The song that isn't useful in the crow's ornithology,
but fills the morning with the thing that makes the morning worth the having.
I'm the blackbird and I'm singing this earth.
Crawl on a wire,
Blackbird in the sky,
different birds,
same world, and neither one asks why.
crow and blackbird,
Two different kinds of real,
crow and blackbird.
two different things to feel. The crow keeps the wire warm through winter.
The blackbird brings the spring,
Crow and blackbird,
and the sky needs everything. Yeah. The crow respects the blackbird, doesn't say it on the wire.
but the crow knows that the morning without blackbird has no fire.
And the blackbird knows the crow holds the whole thing up in cold.
The crow is the framework where the beautiful grows bold.
So stop the comparison.
Stop the ranking,
Crow and blackbird
both essential, both are banking.
on the sky being wide enough for every kind of song.
Crow and blackbird,
Two birds, one sky, and both belong. Crow and blackbird,
two different kinds of real,
crow and blackbird.
two different things to feel. The crow keeps the wire warm through winter.
The blackbird brings the spring.
Crow and blackbird, and the sky needs everything. Yeah. Sky needs everything. Lost the business in the winter, and the winter wasn't done.
Lost the reputation next to
Something close to fun.
lost the plan I'd been constructing.
Since the age of 22,
Sat down in the rubble.
found I didn't have a clue
What to do with all the nothing.
that the losing left behind.
Then the nothing whispered something of the most.
Most peculiar kind.
Son, you've lost the heavy things.
Now look what you can carry. Nothing left to lose means nothing left to be wary. I know that room, I lived inside it longer than I say. When the things I thought were holding me had all been cleared away.
And I stood in the middle,
Of the empty looking round,
and the echo in the empty was the most
peculiar sound.
It said the weight you've been protecting.
Wasn't yours to keep.
It said the loss that kept you crying was the one that set you free.
I didn't trust it at the time,
The empty felt like end,
but the empty was the beginning.
and the beginning was my friend.
Nothing left to lose.
And that means everything to gain.
Nothing left to lose,
and everything's about to change.
nothing left to lose,
The lightest I have ever been,
nothing left to lose,
the clearest I have ever seen.
through the thing I was protecting,
Through the thing I was defending,
nothing left to lose, and the story isn't ending.
left the heavy by the road.
Every mile I drive is lighter than the previous heavy load.
And then I write the songs I was too careful
to write before the loss.
Every word is unprotected now.
I don't count up the cost.
The losing was the teaching,
and the teaching was the gift. Nothing left to lose means nothing holding back the lift. Nothing left to lose, and we are rising in the ship. Nothing left to lose,
the lightest I have ever been.
nothing left to lose, the clearest I have ever seen. Through the thing I was protecting,
Through the thing I was defending,
nothing left to lose.
Pittsburgh in November when the mills had all gone quiet.
Cleveland on a Thursday when the union tried to fight it.
Detroit in the winter when the lines were running thin.
Every Rust Belt city is a hymn about the skin
Of the working man, the working woman, the particular grit.
of people who don't quit because the quitting doesn't fit.
The grammar of the life they learned from people who came before.
The Rust Belt is a serenade,
And I know every bar.
I walked through Birmingham on a gray and honest Tuesday.
Through the streets that used to ring with something that the Newsday
Never caught completely the particular sound.
of people building lives from what the circumstance had found.
In them, the reserve of the repeatedly defeated,
Who refuse the definition, who stand up unrepeated.
in their stubborn dignity.
I wrote a verse for all of them.
The Rust Belt serenade,
I know the requiem.
Rust Belt serenade, the most honest song in town. Rust Belt serenade,
For the ones who won't lie down.
Rust Belt serenade, playing in the smoky air. Rust Belt serenade, for the ones still standing there.
In the city that the economists forgot.
In
but it is God. The man I knew in Youngstown had a handshake like a fact.
Said what they meant and meant it, and they never took it back.
The women in the church halls of the towns the papers missed
Were holding up the whole thing with their fist.
The rust is not the ending,
It's the patina of years.
the Rust Belt serenade.
Is for the people still here.
Rust Belt serenade,
Still the truest song we hear.
Rust Belt serenade,
Playing in the smoky air.
Rust Belt serenade.
For the ones still standing there.
In the city that the economists forgot,
In the city that the headline said was not
worth the singing,
Rust Belt serenade.
but it's all we've got. My grandfather lost the farm in '32 and started over.
Lost the second farm in 40 and became a rover.
Through whatever work was available, he never called it loss.
He called it the long defeat and said the long defeat's the boss.
Of building character,
He said the short success corrupts,
the long defeat is teaching
and the long defeat erupts.
into something permanent eventually if you stay.
The long defeat,
Is how the strong are built.
that's what I say. I've been living in the long defeat since I was old enough to understand that talent without timing can be rough.
That the record that you're proudest of can miss the market's door.
That the song that was most honest is the one they like the least. Therefore, I built my life inside the long defeat and found it roomier than the short success.
Found the long defeat was bloomier
With the kind of growth that only comes from having nothing guaranteed.
the long defeat.
The most productive place I've ever been. The long defeat.
Where the real ones learn to live.
The long defeat.
Is everything the short success can't give.
The long defeat is not the end, it's the education. The long defeat is not the wound, it's the cultivation.
Of everything the easy road,
We never have the patience to provide the long defeat, and we are walking it with pride.
now I
advertisement
as reminder,
as the key.
And I write the long defeat into every song I make.
Every verse is braver for the losses in its wake. The long defeat
is not the opposite of winning.
The long defeat
is the winning.
Just the winning that takes longer than expected to begin. The long defeat,
and we have always been within it.
The long defeat,
and we're not done, we haven't hit the limit.
The long defeat is not the end, it's the education. The long defeat is not the wound, it's the cultivation
of everything that ease your road.
Would never have the patience to provide the long defeat,
and we are walking it with pride. Store for 37 years. Every Tuesday opened up despite the flood, despite the fears. 3 recessions hit that block and took the neighbors one by one. He swept the sidewalk every morning until the very last was done. Nobody wrote a song about him, nobody carved his name. He just showed up every sunrise playing the same unbeatable game. When they asked him how he kept the fire alive, he said, I never learned the part of the story where you don't survive.
My grandmother took the ferry over water black as ink, with nothing but a cardboard case and less time than you think. Before the world reset itself and told her who to be, she'd already drawn the life she meant to see. It wasn't pretty all the time, I won't lie to make it shine. There were years she worked on sorrow like a carpenter on pine. Shaped it into something that could hold the weight of living. Found the difference between taking and the harder art of giving. We come from the ones who didn't fold, between the pages of a story they weren't told, weren't handed, weren't promised, made it anyway from cold. We come from the ones who didn't fold.
Share of Tuesdays that felt permanent as stone,
but I remember who I come from and I hear them in my chest.
A drum beat built from people who were never laid to rest.
I've had my chapter of the story that I'd rather leave unread, but somewhere in the rubble was a version of my name that remembered who it came from
and refused to be the same. The same as all the folding, the same as all the breaking. We come from people who found something worth awakening.
Morning after morning, year after year, we come from the ones who didn't fold, and we are still here. We come from the ones who didn't fold. Every scar across our living is a story to be told. comfortable plateaus. I got every one of them to thank for what I finally chose. 'Cause the no's were just a compass pointing where the yes road goes.
I was told a well-behaved young woman keeps her voice polite, doesn't write the kind of verses that keep husbands up at night. So I wrote an album in my bed sitting, I left them all alone. Every A&R man with his spreadsheet and his suit
Took that consultation and I found it under no.
because trouble worth the making is the only way I know.
Well, you and I agree on something deeper than the style. Different decades, different countries, but we share the same exile. To your own life, to your own voice, trouble worth the making. The productive kind of wrong, the kind that ends up in a verse,
Or in a riff or in a song.
I made mine on a Cadillac, I made mine at the bar.
Trouble worth the making.
Is the thing that made us who we are, yeah.
Now I'm a certain age that qualifies for the historical,
But I'm here to tell you that the trouble still is cooking,
and I'm still in the kitchen.
and I'm still very good looking. I wrote every word I meant every word I wrote. The trouble that I made was just a life attempting truth, and truth is always trouble to the ones who need their youth. Trouble worth the making, the productive kind of wrong, the kind that ends up in a verse or in a riff or in a song. Keep your good guitar, keep your bad attitude. Trouble worth the making, and we're in the finest mood.
There's a kind of courage that don't look like courage to most folks. It just shows up in the kitchen before anyone is up. Makes the coffee, feeds the dog, fills the coffee cup. I've known more heroes in the diners than in halls of gold. Women with 1,000 miles behind their eyes, 1,000 more untold. Men who lost the things they built and then rebuilt without a sound. Not because they had to, because that's where they were found.
I was valued in my fashion, not the fashion magazines describe. But the 3 a.m. on bathroom towels, I still choose this kind of vibe. The getting up and putting on the face that says I'm fine, when everything inside you is a barely drawn straight line.
of naming it for what it truly is.
Not glamorous, not glorious, but absolutely his
And hers
and mine,
valiant and bruised,
it's still alive, it's still alive.
My daughter called me once at 2 a.m. in February. Said, "Daddy, I don't know how you keep going. It's extraordinary." I said, "Baby, ordinary is extraordinary in disguise. Every morning that you open up your still believing eyes." Someone asked me once what kept me writing when the writing hurt. I said, "What's the alternative?
To leave the dirt in place.
At least the excavation leaves you room to breathe some space."
Yeah, the digging is the living, and the living is the art, and the art is just the record of a still attempting heart, valiant and bruised,
Still standing in the door.
we don't have to be unbroken to be worth a great deal more.
Valiant and bruised, and we would do it twice.
Every scar was tuition, and we paid a worthy price.
Not for fame,
Not for glory,
just the right to tell the story. Valiant and bruised.
and that's enough tonight.
Yeah. Oh, there was a year I wouldn't name in company, when the thing I built came down specifically.
I was 42 and thought I knew the game. Had the record, had the family, had the house, and had the name.
And then I had the year that took the house and almost more.
And I sat in the rubble for a long time on the floor. Mine came dressed as something beautiful at first. The kind of year that teaches you that beauty and the worst.
Are not opposites, they're neighbors with a very thin walled room.
I was 23 and the wound was wide and very bright.
The kind of wound that makes you visible in the middle of the night.
I wrote it all down,
Not because I'm brave,
but because the alternative was silence in a cave.
I think about that man on the floor sometimes with fondness. And now
I couldn't hear the lesson. Wow, the lesson. What's occurring?
the wound became a window. That's the only way I have it.
Started as a closing and became a kind of cabinet.
Where I kept the things I learned about the limits of control.
And the astonishing capacity inside a human soul. Hey!
Be absolutely clear. But you don't get to choose the teacher, only whether you attend. So that's what the wound became.
Not a scar you hide beneath,
Not a story for the sympathy,
but something you bequeath to the next version of yourself that's still becoming clear. What the wound became, the reason we are here.
what the wound became.
What the wound became,
We wouldn't trade it now,
we wouldn't trade it now,
because the torn version
the rebuilt version
is the only one that knows how.
what the wound became.
Is everything we are. What the wound became
Wound became.
is everything we are. Yeah, 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 yeah. I've been asked 1,000 times what I want them to remember. I say remember Tuesday afternoon, any Tuesday fine. Remember the quality of light at 3 o'clock, when the guitar's been in tune all day and nothing needs to stop.
And the room has got a feeling like the feeling rooms can get,
When what's happening inside it isn't
something you forget. That's everything I made,
not the record and the name, but
but the moment and the listener.
when something wasn't the same.
I wrote letters to my future in the margins of my notebooks, of a woman who was honest past the point of being useful to the industry machinery that preferred a more refusable. But the words that were most honest are the words that found the people. At 3 in the morning when the world looked like a steeple, and the song says his witness,
And it wasn't too late.
that's everything I made.
The voice of someone
Underwater, finding out they float. Oh!
So what remains when everything removable is gone?
Is the thing that was most honest,
That's the thing that carries on.
because the honest moment has a permanent escape from time itself.
The 3 a.m. recording and the Tuesday and the stage, and the moment someone heard it and the moment changed them slight. That is everything I made, and it's forever in the night.
Somewhere someone's listening who I'll never know existed, to the record that they found in a collection that persisted. And the song still means exactly what I meant before I ended, just a song still finding people
And still giving them some peace.
Everything we made was just the asking of a question, left the listener completed with their own particular lesson.
I asked it with a guitar,
Asked it with a voice,
everything we made was just
the proof that it's a choice.
to drive the road at midnight.
To write the word at 3.
Everything we made was everything we needed to be free.
Everything we made, everything we made, everything we made, it lives inside the people. Everything we made, outlast the tower and the steeple. Everything we made,
The archive,
everything we made, holds never else to keep. Everything we made,
we gave it to the world to hold, and it's still being made in every ear that's listening tonight.
tonight.
The diplomatic fudge. Never wrap my true opinion in the language of the judge. If the song was bad, I said so. If the deal was wrong, I said. And the room liked me a good deal more. Once everything was said, they call it being difficult. I call it saving time. Argument you mind out of existence saves you from the buildup and the cost of the thing you should have said and didn't and eventually lost.
I was told my whole career that I should dial it back a bit, that a woman with opinions makes the boardroom walls a myth. Particular discomfort, so I took that consultation and I nailed it to the chart. Be louder, be more honest, be more clear. Let the thing you mean exactly be the first thing people hear. Not the softened introductory version of the thought,
but the thought itself, the thing you actually live and talk.
Some things can be weeded out and still remain themselves. Some truths insist on living where they won't be put on shelves. Honest and loud, honest and loud.
And if that's inconvenient, good.
The inconvenient truths are usually the ones that should.
Hey, be said, be said,
be sung.
Honest and loud,
Hey, loud.
and we're still going strong. Some folks waste a lifetime in the careful middle space. I got no disrespect for comfort. Comfort has its time. But honest and loud is how I made this life of mine. Honest and loud is a lonely road in certain seasons, but lonely beats the alternative of living someone's edit of your own essential truth, and I refuse to let it. When they ask my opinion and when they ask for mine, we give it without the footnotes and without the holding line. Honest